margins. Everything is to the left. And the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to give some simple decorations for the link tags. To do that, we're going to style all the link tags the same. So top nav A, text decoration is equal to none, which is going to get rid of our lines, our underlines. Color is going to be white. We're going to later create a blue background for it. So the background is actually going to be background color. It's actually going to be 3961 DE, which is some random blue color. And if we go back, we can see that we have applied some basic styling. It looks a bit weird, but as we progress, things will get better. And let's just create a brief hover functionality. So top nav, and all of the link tags when they are hovered will look as follows. Color of the text will be FF00. Background color will be slightly lighter color than what it currently is. 6B8EC6. And if we go back and we try hovering a little bit, there you go. We have the hover functionality added in. Now let's start editing the very top menu line so that it looks a little bit better and things start looking like it's aligned like a horizontal menu at the top. So let's comment here. First menu line. And we're going to select it by selecting inside the top nav class, select the list with the class top nav list, and we're going to give it a display of block and a float of left. What that's going to do is make it horizontal. So there you go. The top menu is in a horizontal state. We're going to go back to a little bit more styling to the top. We're going to give it a font of 18 pixels and a line height of 40 pixels. We're going to give it a font style of Arial, and if Arial is not available, let's do sans serif. Go back, and there you go. We have some basic formatting. Now it looks slightly weird, and we have the line height that's making these white spaces. However, when we increase the padding of the link tags, the white spaces in between will disappear. So let's go back, and we're actually going to give this a positioning of relative. And how this is going to work out is later on when we have these submenus, which here the submenu starts to drag in, and I believe the second submenu here is the labels, second labels, third labels. I might be wrong, but I believe that was it, or I think it started with the original links. We're going to give the position of the submenus a position of absolute. And when we say give the list tag up here, for example, computers and laptops, a position of relative, and since we created the submenu or the unordered list submenu within this link tag or list tag, when we give this one a relative, absolute positioning compared to the very top one's relative positioning, we're going to be able to position the submenu according to or relative to the list tag that it is contained within. It'll make more sense once I show you how I do this. So position is going to be relative, and next we're just going to create a little bit more styling for the link tags to increase the padding. So top nav A. Let's give all the link tags a border of 2 pixels. 2 pixels, solid, 0, 0, 0. And there you go. We have a border on the outside of the top nav links. And we're just going to get rid of the right borders. So border right is equal to none. And that's going to make it all even. So on the very right there's going to be a missing border, but overall it's going to even things out. We'll add the right border at the very end. And let's finally increase the size of these list items. So let's give this all the links a padding of 10 pixels top and bottom and 20 pixels left and right. So if we go back here, we're making it look a little bit more like a menu. There you go, that's a little bit better in size. And basically we're going to do the same for the submenus as well. So here, remember I told you, I explained how if we create CSS styling for the link tag, when I hover on the edge over here, it still appears, the hover function is still working. If I gave the list tag a padding and increased the list tag instead of the A tag, then if I hovered my mouse button over here, it would not work because this would not count as the link. And the hover ability only applies to the link. So that's why make sure you apply the padding to the A tags and not the list tags. Very important. So once we've done that, we are going to move on to the submenus. So let's go submenu 1, submenu 1. And we are going to apply some settings to the unordered list containing it. So top nav unordered list, which is going to apply to both of the following submenus. And they're both going to have a position of absolute. If we go back here, because we created a position of absolute, you'll notice that there's one link missing above. If we go back here, delete this, refresh. Actually, there's no link missing. We just have to apply the top and top left or positioning yet. So let's say we're actually going to make this disappear in its normal state. So in order to do that, we're going to apply position property of top is equal to negative 999,000 pixels, which is basically going to take it off the screen. And to add in the hover effect, when the list tag above, or the list with the class of top nav list, is hovered, let's give the unordered list of the first subnav menu a positioning of from top 40 pixels and left is equal to 0. So if we go back, now if we hover, it's from the top it's 40 pixels and from the left it's 0 pixels according to which top nav list link it's inside of. Now we haven't added anything for the submenu, so nothing will appear for the second submenu. But let's go back and add once again a few things, a few CSS to the list items, because right now the list items are have white space sparsed out, so we're going to fill that in with our padding. And